Today's video is brought to us by Butcherbox. More on them later. I'm sharing easy and delicious weeknight meals that your family will love this holiday season. Hello everyone, Jennifer L. Scott here and welcome to the Daily Connoisseur. Today I'm sharing some easy, delicious weeknight meals. They all have a little bit of a festive flair to them, so they're perfect for this busy holiday season. On the menu this time is chicken a la king, baked cod with pomegranate sauce, vegetarian black bean soup, and loaded grilled cheese sandwiches with bacon. So let's get started. Okay, let's begin with the chicken a la king. I made 2 batches of this and we had one to eat and then I also froze one for later. So that's always a good thing to do if you have the resources. So I started the night before by preparing the chicken breast, and I took the Butcherbox chicken breast and I roasted it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes until it was fully roasted. And then I allowed it to cool and I refrigerated it overnight. So that was taken care of the night before, and that just saves on a busy weeknight. I start off by preparing the vegetables. So I de-seed and I chop some green pepper here. And then remember, I'm doubling the recipe. So I have 2 sticks of butter in our pan. And to that, I add the mushrooms and the pepper. And you're going to saute this until the vegetables get slightly softened, but not too soft. To this, I add some flour, salt, and pepper, and I mix it all together for a minute to get the floury taste out of it. And then I add a mixture of milk and chicken broth, stir that together, and then I add some chicken bouillon for flavor. And then you stir this until it gets really thick and lovely. Now you can see the sauce is thickening up really nicely. To this I add my already cooked chicken from the previous night and some pimentos. This is really important because this gives it that chicken a la king flavor. I also like that you have the green and the red from the pepper and the pimento, so it gives it that festive look. So you mix this all together and that's the sauce. So I created so much that of course I divided it and then I allowed the other half to cool. And I save it for later by putting it in a freezer bag. And this one I placed over cooked hot egg noodles, and I top it with some chopped parsley. And this is a really delicious creamy pasta. Chicken a la king, I feel like I had that at the cafeteria school lunch and I always really liked it. So it's nice to recreate it here. And it's a nice alternative if you're tired of the usual marinara pasta. Next, I have a very easy way to bake fish. I do this all the time. This is my go-to way to make fish on a busy weeknight. So we're going to be using the wild caught cod fillets from the Butcherbox, and I'm using 4 here, but you could do as many as you need for your family. Now the thing that's going to make this festive here is the use of pomegranate. I have so much pomegranate because both my parents and my sister have trees that are bursting with them. So I'm trying to find unique ways to use them. So this is what a pomegranate looks like if you've never seen it inside the fruit. And it's kind of tricky and annoying to get the pomegranate out of the fruit. I usually do this deep in the sink and wear an apron and everything so that it doesn't get everywhere, but I'm showing you here how you get the seeds out. So you're going to do that with 1 pomegranate. And now I'm going to prepare the foil packets for the fish. And so this is so easy. You cook everything inside the packet, which makes for an easy cleanup. So I spray my foil packet with some non-stick cooking spray. And then on top of that, I put some asparagus and the cod sprinkled with salt and pepper. And here I'm experimenting. I put the butter and the lemon on top, and then I think it will be better if I put the lemon underneath so that it all stacks up nicely, so I do that. But it doesn't really matter how you layer the fish. So I put a big pat of butter and some parsley on top, and then I sprinkle the pomegranate, and that's it. It's really easy. So I go ahead and wrap this up and create 4 more. And I experiment with the layering. Sometimes I put the lemons on top, sometimes I don't. But isn't this pretty? I love just even looking at it before it's baked in the foil packet. So So I bake it in a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes. And the nice thing about cooking fish this way is that you're not going to mess it up. It's not going to get too dry. It stays really moist in the packet. So this is what it looks like. And then on the plate, I put some rice with butter. And on top of the rice, I just layer what is in the foil packet. And I drizzle it all with that delicious sauce that came out of it. You can put fresh pomegranate seeds on top for even more color. But again, the red and the green, and this is just such a festive dish. It's a very healthy dish. It's so delicious, and I really loved this one. I'm going to break away for 1 minute to tell you about Butcherbox, who have kindly sponsored today's video. So Butcherbox sourced from farmers and fishermen who meet the highest standards for quality. You choose your box and delivery frequency to fit your family's needs, and you never pay for shipping. So they ship your order, frozen at the peak of freshness, packed in an eco-friendly, 100% recyclable box, and you can enjoy the high-quality meat delivered straight to your door at an affordable price. The least expensive box option can make up to 24 meals. So I usually get the custom box option, and so this time I received some chicken breast, which you saw in the Chicken a la King, wild-caught Alaskan cod, chicken tenderloins, organic ground beef, ground turkey, applewood smoked bacon, and a 12-pound turkey, which is what their special is this time. So new members will receive a 10 to 14-pound turkey for free in their first box, plus $10 off when you use code 10turkey. This is even better than their deal last year. So thank you so much to Butcherbox for sponsoring today's video. Now I'm going to make an easy weeknight black bean soup. You can make this vegetarian if you like, or you could use chicken stock like I do. It's up to you. I start off by preparing the garnishes, so I chop some green onions, my favorite, and you know what's coming next, which is cilantro. I love that combination. Green onions and cilantro. And then I also prepare an avocado because that's going to be going on top as well. Now in my blender, I place about 1.5 cans of black beans that have been drained. I save the other half of that can and I keep those black beans whole, and you'll see why in a minute. So into this, I pour some bone broth, but you can use vegetable broth if you want to keep this vegetarian. And then I put 1 cup of a high quality pico de gallo. You can get this already made at the grocery store, or you can make it yourself. And I also put some cumin seed in here. Lots of cilantro, and then I blend it up. Not too much, you don't want it really thin, so I just pulse the blender a few times. Then in my nice soup pan here, I pour that mixture in and I add the whole black beans so that there's a bit of a texture to the soup. I mix it all together and then I cook it over the stove until it's nice and hot, and then you place it in the bowl. So that was so easy, right? And now it's all about the toppings. So here I'm putting some crushed blue corn tortilla chips on top, which gives it a salty flavor and also a nice crunchy texture. Then I add some chopped avocado for creaminess, more cilantro because always need more cilantro, and green onions. And then I top it with some fresh pico de gallo salsa and some sour cream. And there you have the soup. Again, we've got the green and red, keeping it festive, but this is a delicious, hearty winter soup with lots of protein in it, and it's really good. And the kids even like this one. They do like the black bean soup. And finally, I'm sharing my loaded grilled cheese sandwiches with you. You can put anything you want to in these to make it loaded for you, but here's what I put in mine. So I'm going to cook the Butcherbox bacon, and my best way to cook bacon, because I always burn it when I do it on the pan, is to put it in the oven, and I'll roast it in the oven. So I put it at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes or so, but check it, and then it comes out perfectly every time. So that's the bacon, and now I'm just getting everything else ready. So I'm going to saute some red onions, so I'm chopping these here. And then I caramelize these in some melted butter on the stove, and that's really good. So cook those on like medium low until they're nice and tender and caramelized. And I'm chopping up 1 big tomato. And then here are the rest of my toppings. I'm going to use Colby Jack cheese and tomato, slightly salted. Now I take some sourdough bread and I put butter on both sides of the bread, that's important, and then cheese on both sides of the bread so that it glues everything together really. And then I layer it with my fillings. So I have the tomato, I have the bacon. I'm going to put some spinach in here, the caramelized red onion, and then top it again with the cheese. Now I have one of those La Crusette grill pans, which is so excellent. I love this because it gives you some really nice dark grill marks. And remember, you buttered the other side of the bread, so you don't need to butter the pan. And that's really handy like that. And then I flip them over and I panic because the second one, all the fillings kind of came out, but I fixed it. So this is the sandwich. Again, it's super easy and it's a crowd pleaser. It's nice and hearty, perfect for winter. So I cut it up. And I like to serve it deli style on wax paper in these little trays that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I'll try to find them on Amazon and link them down below. And I serve this with a ready-made tomato soup with some sour cream on top. So it's a nice play on that afternoon special, grilled cheese and tomato soup, but I like to have it loaded with that bacon, spinach, caramelized onion, tomato. It's a wonderful combination. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that it gave you some great meal inspiration for this busy holiday season. Thank you to Butcherbox for sponsoring. Don't forget to use my link below and new members will receive a free turkey between 10 to 14 pounds. And when you use the code 10turkey, you get an extra $10 off. So thank you so much to Butcherbox for bringing us this video. Take care, everyone. Keep calm, remain classy, and keep cooking. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.